Welcome to the Stormsurf video surf forecast for the Indian Ocean for the week starting Sunday, June 1st. Brought to you by Kandui Resort in the Mentawai Islands, a great surf destination and a great place to go surfing. First up, let's take a look at significant sea heights for the Indian Ocean. Notice area of nearly 40-foot seas southwest of the Mentawai Islands and west of Western Australia. This from a storm that developed 36 hours ago under South Africa and is pushing well into the Indian Ocean. Swell is in the water and heading towards all surf destinations. But first, let's take a look at the upper air chart, see what's going on jet stream level. These are winds up at above 30,000 feet. These winds help support the formation of storms and also determine their travel path. Right now, there's a trough, an area, sort of a bulge that pushes north in the jet stream, actually right here, with 130 knot winds pushing up into it. This is supporting the storm that we saw on the previous chart, and additional winds are pushing in behind it in the 150 knot range, but appear to be pushing south, perhaps setting up a ridge for the future. Off under Australia and in the eastern Indian Ocean, another little trough here, but not a whole lot of wind supporting it. Not looking like it's particularly supportive of gale development down at the surface. Let's put this into motion, see what happens. As we roll in time, 18 hours out, the trough pretty much disappears. We go into a zonal flow. Good winds coming under South Africa in the 120 knot range. We're looking for some sort of a trough to develop, but instead it appears that a ridge is starting to develop. A good amount of wind energy pushing south. Now here's a bit of a trough behind it, but it's too pinched off. Probably won't support gale development, and this is out on into Thursday. Instead, it looks like a ridge is starting to build over the entire Indian Ocean. That will hamper gale development, and that rolls out into about 180 hours. But at the 180-hour mark, it looks like another trough is starting to develop under South Africa. The season so far has been quite productive for the Indian Ocean. We see no reason why that would not continue to play out. Next, let's take a look at surface level winds and surface pressure. That actually is the pressure or difference in pressure over different areas of the ocean that create the winds. Low pressure in this example here, about 978 millibars. High pressure here. The difference in pressure helps create winds, which creates fetch, which creates seas, which ultimately results in swell. So really we're back here. We're 18Z on Friday. This is the system that is creating a swell right now in the southwest Indian Ocean. 50 knot winds, that storm category, aimed well up towards the Mentawai Islands. Notice the Great Circle Pass here. What is that? About the 225 degree path. And then also into aimed not as well into Western Australia. So this is better. Actually, Madagascar, India, and this area are the main targets. Anyway, we put this into motion, see how it developed. 50 knot winds actually held for a better part of 12 hours, falling to 50 knots, even a little speck of 55 knot winds there on Saturday morning. Went back to 50 knots. This is a good, decent storm. Wasn't moving north, was moving more zonal west to east, but still, and even as of early Sunday, there was 45 knot winds in play, and it finally started petering out about 18Z on Sunday. Another system behind that, more 30, 35 knot winds, and that will continue some sort of probably 13-second period background swell. Oh, it even popped up there. It's supposed to pop up to 40 knots 36 hours out, but then sort of fades out. And we notice that in the jet stream, the pattern starts weakening, and we would expect to see the same. Actually, there's a small little system here forecast on Wednesday. 45 knot winds are a very tiny area, but it is aimed north. That is in the swell window for the Mentawai Islands, and also for Bali, and for that matter, Western Australia as well. But small system, short-lived, kind of peters out, and then things fall apart for a little bit of a break. High pressure takes over. The main swell vectors or wind vectors are starting to be aimed more at Antarctica, but then the thought is with that trough over here, maybe something will develop under South Africa 7 days out. Let's go take a look at the wave charts. So we're actually going to go back to early Friday when the system first got going under South Africa. Notice it quickly ramping up 34-foot seas, 38-foot seas, and holding solid here into Saturday morning. And then it sort of resurges again, 40-foot seas down here. And that quickly blooms up into 46-foot seas. Let's take a look and see how that is. Aimed well up the about 212-degree path, Mentawai Islands, also into Bali. It's hard to see the numbers here, it's all overlaid, but probably about 222, and then Western Australia as well. Again, the numbers are a bit obscure, but it looks like about 232 or so. Anyway, we put this into motion. It continued to evolve. Good solid run of energy here. This is going to be good for long period swell, pulling into Mentawai Islands by Thursday-ish time frame, or Thursday morning or so. Good size too, good long period. This is probably easily with 40-foot seas or 44-foot seas. You could see in the 22-second period range here for the early arriving swells. That'll give quite a few days of good solid surf pushing into that area. Here's the next system we saw, scheduled to have 28-foot seas on Tuesday. That's good for more 15. And here's yet another one, 30-foot seas, maybe a little blast of 16-second period swell. Then things sort of settle down, but there'll be piles of swell in the water, so it's not like there won't be any lack of energy. And then that's it. Here's the next system that might be organizing here under South Africa a week out. So looking at the charts, it looks like a pretty good setup. Certainly a good healthy dose of swell looks likely for all the prime candidates in the Indian Ocean, prime surf locations. Worth going and seeking it out. If you already have your reservations, you're in luck. Otherwise, see if you can get on a boat and get something that looks pretty good as of right now. And certainly a good place to be, because there isn't a whole lot happening in the Pacific as of right now. And we'll do this again next week, same time, same channel. And many thanks to Kandui Resort in Mentawai Islands. Great place to go surfing and a good place to catch this latest swell. Thank you.